Today I'll be flying with Dylan Muller. He was one of the very first students of our flying school. As you can see, Dylan doesn't really feel the cold. Dylan is absolutely passionate about conservation. He is the hover king and is currently accepting applications for his hover queen. So if you think you are suitable for this position, please reach out to him directly. Dylan, you will fly for love.
November Hotel, confirm ready?
Ready for left, Romeo November Hotel. Damn it. Okay.
It's all good. Remember, the first 5 hours I was just getting used to that side.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything is different from that side.
Yeah.
From this side, you want to go left, you push the Cyclic left. On that side, you got to pull it.
Oh,
Things
I see
like
what
that.
you mean, yes.
You want to change the radio now. It's very easy from this side. All you do is you just use your left hand if you want to. We're not supposed to take our hand off it during the hover, but from that side, it's not as easy as that. Cool.
Okay, so we check T's and P's, everything, no warning lights.
Okay.
T's and P's,
Remember,
everything in the green. Yeah.
Always a left-hand pedal turn.
Always a left-hand pedal.
Remember, when you're teaching someone how to fly,
Yeah.
they're looking at you as not their idol, but you know, you're more so impressive now because you're flying this helicopter. So whatever you do, they're going to mimic.
Okay.
So we want to teach them always a left pedal turn, so we have to do left pedal turn now as well.
Okay. And we do the left pedal turn because we just have we can manage the torque a bit better.
Your
right?
power management, yeah,
Power
for two
management.
reasons. First of all, when you're flying alone, you're sitting on this side so you can see. Second of all, if you do run out of power, you let go of the left pedal, your rotor RPM is going to climb up again.
November Hotel, you ready to cross to the south?
Ready to cross to the south, Romeo November Hotel.
Go join your report on the
Okay, let's just fly like a via right-hand circuit.
Okay.
Okay, so explain to me the effects of controls. Exercise 4, we briefed it in the classroom.
Okay.
I'm a student, you're the instructor. You brought me out now, I know nothing about this thing.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the Cyclic first. The Cyclic is the one that you're going to keep in your right hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Get yourself comfortable where you feel it's comfortable for you. It could be what we usually advise the students is to put your wrist on your right knee. Rest on your, there we go.
Like this.
And then move your right wrist a little, move your knee, and then let's move the control over to where it is comfortable for you.
Okay.
Alrighty. So we are nice and level. You can see strings is on both sides. We are nice and level. Now I want you to take the control in your right hand.
Yeah.
And just nudge the nose forward a little bit, just a little bit. Not too much. Gentle, slow movement, just a little bit. Can you see what happens? The nose dips down a little bit, and if you look here, our height, we start losing height, and our airspeed starts increasing. So it's small movements.
Okay.
If we do nothing now, we're just going to keep descending.
Okay.
So what we can do is just bring it back gently, just get it nice and gentle, nice and not too much. If we leave it, what happens? You can see the compass almost goes and sits above the horizon. Let go of the controls for me. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. So all we did there was, it was just a little bit too aggressive. So we want to be very, very gentle.
Okay,
on
so
the
very
control.
gentle on the
very
controls.
Gentle.
Emphasize very, very gentle on the controls. And right from the bat, low G push over.
Yes.
Students going to want to do this.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
No matter how many times you tell them how small the movement's going to be. This is what it has Edgar shown you.
No, I
I've
don't.
got control quickly.
Okay, you've got control.
Teaching the students straight and level is this.
Yeah.
Goes from this.
Yeah.
It's like this. Then from here, okay, you tell them speed's a little bit too low, they push their nose forward, we can get into mass bumping now, but then it becomes like this.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the student's doing this, then you tell them, whoops, speed's increasing too much, bring the Cyclic back. Okay, I'm going to bring the Cyclic back.
Then it's too much.
Then it's too much. So that's what it's like always in the beginning stages, teaching a guy how to fly. It's always between, well, not always.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a student that gets it pretty quickly, but for the most part, it's like that. So I emphasize small movements, number one. Actually, what I do is, with the students, I get them to fly like this, and I say to them, okay, you've got control, and what I do is, I take my left hand, I hold the Cyclic here.
Yeah.
Take your left hand, hold it there.
Okay.
Take your right hand, bring it across to here.
Yeah.
And I hold it like that, and I
Yeah.
say to them, this is the small movements. And I take my hand and I just move it from this side over here, and I just say to them, this is how small the movements have to
So
be.
you're controlling the helicopter from this side, but you're showing
Yeah, so you
them.
can take your left hand back to the collective now,
Yeah.
and then you just show them from this side,
Yeah.
This is how small the movements need to be.
Okay. That's quite
Just to
clever.
emphasize how small it has to be. Not that I want to hold their hand or anything, but because it does tend to work.
That's clever. Who taught you that?
I don't know. you got to think out of the box sometimes.
Yes. So I just want you to put your hand on that cyclic again and just feel what a medium turn feels like.
Okay.
You just keep that angle between the blade and where it's cutting the horizon constant.
And we're using our cyclic for
We're
this,
using our cyclic for this, and that's all you have to think about now. I'm going to show you what the rest of the controls
So
do
the
as well.
cyclic controls forwards, sideways, and backwards, right?
Yes. And in almost a secondary effect is the speed. Because let me show you quickly, if you look at where the compass is with regards to the horizon, do you have almost like a mental view of what that looks like right now?
Yeah.
What is the relation between this and the horizon and the top of the instrument case and the horizon? Okay, now I want you to gently take the cyclic forward. Can you see how the picture changes? Can you see that the compass is almost sitting below the horizon a little bit and the piece of land between the top and there is much bigger?
Yeah.
Because we're going a bit faster. So this is what it looks like if we fly 60 knots. If you had to fly at 50 knots, what would be the first thing you want to do?
Bring our cyclic back.
Just a little bit back. Gentle, gentle, gentle. See how it changes. Now, to prevent a climb from happening, what do we... Okay, I haven't explained collectively.
You see how easy it is for you, for the instructor to jump the gun?
Yeah, yeah.
You've always got to remember this guy doesn't know anything.
Yes.
And you've got to use it to your advantage sometimes, not to over-explain yourself.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we are on 60 knots. We are not climbing or descending. Check what happens. Put your hand on the collector for me. Now feel what happens if I just gently lower the collector. See what happens to the nose.
Going down.
Getting us back to 60 knots. Now let's see what happens when I raise the collector. What happens when I raise the collector?
The nose is coming up.
Absolutely. And can you also see our speed is decreasing quite a bit?
Yes.
Alrighty. So if we wanted to keep this helicopter nice at 60 knots airspeed, not climbing or descending, these two controls almost have to work together, right? So, alrighty, now let's see what happens if we use both of those controls together. Okay, so we are going to push the cyclic forward a little bit. So our airspeed is going to increase, our nose is going to dip down. If we want to prevent the helicopter from sinking, what
Bring the cyclic back.
that is one thing that you can do, absolutely. If we want to stay on 60 knots and we don't want to lose height, what we can do is we can just raise the collector a bit. So see, our descent is evened out, our speed stays nice and average, and we're sitting at about 20 inches. So the
20
more...
inches, where's 20 inches?
20 inches, I'm going to point out to this. Can you see that gauge there?
Yeah.
It's right on the 20.
You want to just try and explain it to a way that this guy understands again. So instead of just saying 15 inches of what? 15 inches of manifold pressure. Manifold pressure is our engine power that we're using.
Yeah.
The collective in our left hand and this gauge are directly linked to each other. I tend to say bottom right or top left when I'm talking to the students.
Okay.
Instead of saying engine rotor RPM, I just say, okay, have a look at our engine rotor RPM in the top right of our instrument panel.
Okay.
Then immediately they know where to go. Because remember, I'm sure you remember from the beginning stages of flying, someone said the airspeed indicator, you're looking around, you don't know where this airspeed indicator, which one is the airspeed indicator.
Okay.
Then I'll say, okay, look at the airspeed indicator and I'll point at it, or I'll do something. I tend to use my pen as well.
Yeah.
I'll go like this. From that side, I'll point at everything.
Okay.
One more thing,
Yes.
especially when it comes to the collective,
Yes.
and this is, people always forget this, flying along and we lower the collective, we do nothing else. We lower the collective, the nose, yours left, so don't forget about introducing left yaw and right yaw, but almost more importantly, the nose dips down as well.
Yeah.
So when you start climbing and descending,
Yeah.
start the climb, they always forget about this.
Okay.
Flap back. They don't understand why they're at 40 knots and they're at almost 1,000 feet when they rate a climb. It's because they forgot that the speed is going to decrease when you raise the collective. So I always say the nose follows the collective.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I lower the collective now, the nose goes down.
Yeah.
As well as yours to the left because of torque. So just remember to explain the torque to them while you're explaining the collective as well. If you raise the collective, the nose is going to yaw to the right, and its nose is going to pitch up because of these reasons. So that brings us to the pedals. When we raise the collective, we need to introduce a little bit of left pedal to prevent the right yaw because of what's called torque goes in. This is exactly what I say to the students. I say to them, remember, we're building muscle memory. So when the collective goes up, the left foot must go in and the cyclic must go gently forward. When the collective goes down, the right foot must go in and the cyclic must come gently aft.
Okay.
And keep the helicopter
Keep
balance.
the
I'll
helicopter
demonstrate them and I'll say to them, look, do you agree with me? We're flying pretty comfortably at the moment. If we apply left pedal, can you feel that we're flying out of balance? The helicopter doesn't like it. It feels like we're moving to the right. We're falling to the right all the time.
Yeah.
You're flying out of balance. You can see how strings are out to the left. With the strings, you want to apply opposite pedal. So just gently apply right pedal and bring the helicopter back into balance again. That's it. That's all I explained to them.
Sharp.
Okay, Meitnie, should we go do some hovering at 3.5?
Yeah. It's strange how the things I struggled with first time, almost landing. You remember how long it took me?
Yeah.
It's strange that it's the kind of the similar things I struggle with from the left seat.
We'll continue with it. At this point in time, we're just learning how to fly from the left-hand seat. No instruction,
absolutely.
no teaching, anything, no.
Detail complete, threshold 35, request return back to the hangars, Romeo November Hotel.